My name is LaQuanda Jefferson. I am a psychotherapist here in the Atlanta area, and you are tuning into Doc LQJ Speaks. That's me, right? Okay, so this relationship topic that I'm going to weigh in on today concerns a young lady in her mid 40s, and she has been married to her husband for quite some time, and they have children together. They have a beautiful family, actually. And just some demographic information about the woman: she is Latino and African American, and her spouse is African American, and the two of them have been trying out anal sex. Um, and it's something that has become routine in their relationship. So one day, she goes home, and we'll call her Sue for privacy and protection, okay, of her identity. You guys know how I'm a stickler for that um, relationship column for advice or not. We'll call her Sue, okay? So Sue gets home one day early, and she finds her husband using her dildo to please himself anally. Penetration and all of that. Vibration, the whole nine. So his purview is that, okay, baby, this is something that we have been doing often, and you've asked me to do it to you often, and I'm curious now as to how it feels and what you were getting out of it. And in conversations, obviously, with other men, he's normalized anal sex as a part of normative sexual exploration. Okay. So Sue's question for me is, should she be worried? She wasn't very specific. Should she be worried? And what should she do? Here is the thing. I've solicited the opinions of my wonderful, very much biased social media network, and lots of people. Let's talk about what some men are thinking about this, okay? So some of the guys who are straight men of African American descent seem to think that the husband's actions are gay. That's it. And then we have other guys who thinks that it's questionable and he could be bi-curious. We have some women who think that it's just gay. And I had one woman, actually, in particular, that weighed in on the subject, and she was like, women are enabling men to become bi-curious, gay, expressive, or whatever. So I finally decided to do a little bit of research into that and see what that looked like in couples. So what I found is, oftentimes men are requesting a woman allow them to explore with them sexually when they're no longer getting excitement out of the normal penetrative sex between the two of them, and they want to put some spice in their lives, okay? Some women are responding and saying, yes, okay, this is my man, this is my significant other, I'm responsible for his self health and fulfillment, so I'm going to do that because it's just the two of us doing one another. And while this may socially make it more accepted, the more people start to do it, personally, I don't know. If I were in your shoes right now, though, my honest opinion, and you guys know how I feel about being completely honest, I wouldn't be worried. No, I wouldn't be worried. I would be probably feeling a little bit of guilt, because I would feel like, oh my God, this is something that I've done, started, and it's now moved on a continuum, to the next phase. And maybe he's in the next phase now. Who knows what's next in the phases? I don't know. This is uncharted territory for me, but here is my thing. Personally, I have no problem with gay people, bisexual people, heterosexual people, but I personally could not be with a bisexual man. That's just my personal self-disclosure. That's just my piece. Just doesn't work for me. I mean, that doesn't say that it doesn't work for someone else, right? So I think what you need to do here is probably explore the dynamics of your relationship and some of the things that you find acceptable. So let's see what those things are. You encourage anal sex. Is something that you enjoy him doing to you. Obviously so frequent to the point where he feels like he should probably do it to himself because it's very pleasurable for you. He wants to see what that feels like, okay? So why limit him? Why limit him if those are acceptable constraints within your relationship? Why limit him to exploring himself? You introduced that he explored you in that way, however that came about. So I'm just curious as to why it is that you would be worried, and what about at this point? I mean, to be honest with you, it doesn't mean that he's going to be gay. It doesn't mean that he is gay. It means that he's come to a point where something different is now socially acceptable. And because that something different is now socially acceptable, it's something that's accepted for him to be able to do and explore with you. And he's trying to figure out why it is that he can't do it or explore it with himself. I mean, because at the end of the day, I think that maybe I would be concerned more if I had walked in and caught him with a man. I don't know. Maybe that is next. Who knows? But I can't say that because I don't think it's really, I don't think suggestion is one of the things that is healthy for relationships. I don't think you should assume anything. I think you should ask everything. Be curious about everything. So ask him. Okay, so now you know what a dildo feels like in your anus. Do you want to feel a real penis or fingers or whatever it is? I mean, here's the question that you have to ask yourself. To what extent have you contributed to his understanding of what this means for your relationship and the relationship dynamics as a whole? Because here is the thing. He would not have started to do this so comfortably and with your toys if you hadn't encouraged it in the first place. That's my honest feedback about this. What should you do? Have nothing further than self-exploration. Okay? Self-assessment. Ask yourself to what extent you're responsible and where do you go from here? What does it mean for you now? What does it mean for your relationship now? You have children. You have a life that you've started to build together at some point, and you guys have been together, I believe the post said something around 10 years. That's a long time to be with someone and then just decide to walk away just simply because they decided to do something that you encouraged in the first place. Like, I don't know. Those are the things that I would ask myself, though. That's something to think about. And I wish you guys the best. I really do. For this particular topic, I put a lot of thought into this. I did. And I did a lot of research. And I asked people on Facebook. And to them, I want to thank them. I want to thank you for bringing this topic to my attention and for asking for my buy-in. Not sure that you would agree with it, or not even sure if it's helpful, but I really hope it is. Hopefully I have clarified things in a way that make sense for you going forward, or give you something to think about. Um, that's pretty much all I got. All right. Thanks for watching, you guys, and also don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, share, and all of that good stuff that you do on these videos and stuff. All right. Later days.